It all started on an ordinary afternoon, the kind of day that slips by almost unnoticed. The neighborhood was quiet, the streets lined with parked cars and the distant hum of life carrying on as usual. There was a gentle stillness in the air, a sense of routine that made everything feel safe and predictable. I remember thinking how days like this often blend together, each one a soft echo of the last. Sunlight spilled lazily through my window, painting golden patterns on the floor and warming the room with its gentle touch. The light seemed to linger, as if reluctant to let go of the peace that filled the house. It was the kind of afternoon that invited you to slow down, to savor the quiet moments and let your thoughts drift. As I scrolled through my phone, lost in the comfort of routine, I barely noticed the world outside. My mind wandered between messages, news, and the endless scroll of social media, each post blurring into the next. It was a familiar escape, a way to fill the silence with the noise of other people's lives. But then, something subtle shifted. The world outside was still, peaceful, until I noticed the sky changing, clouds gathering and darkening on the horizon. It was as if the atmosphere itself was preparing for something, the light fading and the colors deepening with every passing minute. The air changed, charged with anticipation, as if the world was holding its breath. The leaves outside trembled in a sudden breeze, and the familiar sounds of the neighborhood faded into a hush. It was a moment suspended in time, the calm before the storm, when everything feels possible and uncertain all at once. I put my phone down, drawn to the window by a force I couldn't quite explain. I watched the clouds morph into a heavy, rolling blanket, their edges tinged with the promise of rain. The sky was alive with movement, and I felt a strange connection to the unfolding drama outside. Instead of dread, I felt a spark of excitement. Nature was about to put on a show, and I had a front row seat. There was a thrill in the unknown, a sense that something extraordinary was about to happen. My heart raced, not with fear, but with anticipation and awe. The sky promised something powerful, and my heart beat faster with wonder. Lightning flickered in the distance, illuminating the clouds with brief flashes of brilliance. The air was thick with energy, every sense heightened as I waited for the first drops of rain to fall. I knew I couldn't just watch from behind glass. I had to step into the storm. With a deep breath, I opened the door and let the cool, charged air wash over me. In that moment, I felt alive, ready to embrace whatever the storm would bring. The decision was instant. It was as if something deep within me had been waiting for this very moment, a call that could no longer be ignored. As thunder rumbled in the distance, I grinned, kicked off my slippers, and slipped on old sneakers. The storm outside was fierce, but it felt like an invitation, a challenge to step out of my comfort zone. No jacket, no umbrella. This was about embracing the storm, not hiding from it. I wanted to feel every drop of rain, every gust of wind, to be part of the wildness outside. I dashed outside, the air thick with the scent of rain, and the wind whipping through the trees. The storm was alive, and so was I, every nerve ending tingling with excitement. The world felt alive, colors richer, every sense heightened by the coming downpour. The rain painted the landscape in vibrant hues, each drop a brushstroke on nature's canvas. Each step onto the damp grass was a step into freedom, the sky above swirling with drama. The ground beneath my feet was cool and refreshing, grounding me in the present moment. Thunder grew louder, the storm's heartbeat echoing in my chest. It was as if the storm and I were breathing in unison, our hearts beating to the same wild rhythm. I wasn't scared. I felt connected, part of something wild and ancient. The storm was a reminder of the raw power of nature, and my place within it. The storm wasn't just weather. It was an invitation to be fully alive. It was a call to embrace the wildness within, to feel the pulse of the earth and the energy of the elements. In that moment, I felt truly alive, connected to the world in a way I had never experienced before. The first raindrop landed on my nose, cool and electric. Soon, rain poured down, drumming on leaves and pavement, a symphony of nature. I laughed, spinning with arms outstretched, soaked but exhilarated. The wind joined in, swirling around me, making every moment feel playful and free. I splashed through puddles, messy and joyful, letting go of stress and worry. The rain felt like a baptism, washing away the noise of daily life. In that moment, I wasn't just watching the storm, I was part of it. The world buzzed with energy, and so did I. Suddenly, lightning split the sky, freezing the world in a flash of white. Every raindrop, every leaf was illuminated, breathtaking and humbling. Thunder cracked, shaking the ground in my heart, but fear gave way to awe. The storm's light and sound became a thrilling game, each flash and boom drawing me deeper in. I counted seconds between lightning and thunder, realizing the storm was right overhead. Instead of running, I stood captivated, feeling small but vibrantly alive. Nature's power was overwhelming, a reminder of the world's wild beauty. In the chaos of the storm, as thunder rumbled and rain pelted down in wild sheets, I felt a sudden, almost irresistible urge, a distinctly modern impulse. I needed to capture this moment, to freeze it in time, to prove to myself that I was truly here, alive and present in the middle of nature's fury. The world around me was a blur of wind and water, but my mind was clear. I wanted a memory, something tangible to hold on to when the storm had passed. Without thinking twice, I dashed inside, grabbed my phone from the kitchen counter, and ran straight back out into the downpour. The rain was relentless, soaking me instantly, but I couldn't help laughing at my own madness. There was something exhilarating about defying the weather, about choosing joy and spontaneity over comfort and dryness. My heart pounded with excitement as I stepped into the storm, phone clutched tightly in my hand. My phone was slippery, the screen covered in droplets, and my fingers fumbled as I tried to unlock it. The rain made everything more difficult. My hair stuck to my face, my clothes clung to my skin, and the wind threatened to snatch the phone from my grasp. But I was determined. I wiped the screen with my sleeve, squinting through the water, refusing to let the storm win. Finally, I managed to open the camera app. I held the phone up, framed my rain-soaked face, and just as I pressed the shutter, a bolt of lightning split the sky behind me. The photo was blurry, wild, and utterly joyful, a perfect reflection of the chaos and excitement I felt in that moment. I couldn't help but laugh out loud, feeling a rush of adrenaline and happiness. The selfie wasn't perfect by any means. My hair was a mess, the image was a little out of focus, and the background was a blur of rain and lightning. But it was real. It was a snapshot of pure happiness, of being completely present, drenched and grinning, unbothered by how I looked or what anyone else might think. That photo wasn't for anyone else. It was a private souvenir, a reminder of what it feels like to let go and truly live in the moment. It captured a side of me that I don't always show, bold, carefree, and willing to embrace the unexpected. Sometimes, the best memories are the messy, unplanned ones. The moments when you throw caution to the wind and just let yourself be swept up in the adventure. Those are the stories you remember, the ones that make you smile long after the storm has passed. That rain-soaked selfie became my favorite reminder of this wild adventure. A little piece of proof that sometimes, the most unforgettable moments are the ones you never planned for, captured in a single imperfect, joy-filled frame. As the storm faded to a drizzle, I stood catching my breath, heart still racing. Nature's power was humbling, a reminder of forces bigger than us. Facing the storm, I realized fear can be a doorway to wonder. Bravery isn't the absence of fear, but curiosity in its face. Dancing in the rain reawakened my sense of play, the kind of fun we forget as adults. The storm forced me into the present, no past, no future, just now. It was a meditation, a lesson in mindfulness delivered by thunder and rain. Sometimes the best teacher is a wild sky. As the clouds drifted away, I headed inside, leaving puddles in my wake. Wrapped in a towel, I saw a happy, rain-soaked mess in the mirror. Eyes sparkling, spirit renewed. A hot cup of tea and a cozy blanket welcomed me, as I watched the world outside gleam with new color. A rainbow arched across the sky, the perfect signature to the storm's performance. I felt grateful. For the storm, for my courage, for the joy of saying yes to adventure. The memory lingered, a reminder that the best adventures can happen right outside our door. Sometimes all it takes is a little rain and the willingness to dance.